time and association for this Rajamandal Parikrama. I would like to hand over the call to you. Please take over the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Radharani Mataji. Okay, I found it. Okay. I'll share my screen first. Oh, I think Mat, can you give me the access to share screen? Okay? I joined from two devices, so I think always I confuse.
Both
have it now. Yes. Ready. Got it. Stopped at Nandaba. Okay, thank you all so much for staying back. Yesterday we didn't do our parikrama, so we ended on Saturday. We are in Nandagaon now. So we have stopped at Haubilav. Now we will be entering Nanda Bhavan today. So Nanda Bhavan is also on top of a hill. If you remember during we'll start. I didn't pray. We'll pray to Srimati Radharani, Sri Krishna, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Sri Nityananda Prabhu. Today we'll be entering Vrindakund. So we have to seek the blessings of Tulsi Maharani, Srila Prabhupada and all the Guru Parampara, so that we'll be able to do our parikrama successfully. So, yes. We will be entering Nanda Bhavan. So Nanda Bhavan is on top of it. If you go to Vrindakund, from Vrindakund you can see Nanda Bhavan. They're facing towards each other, and even from Pavan Sarovar you can see Nanda Bhavan. So it's on top of hill, and this is on Nandeshwar Parvat. Nandeshwar Parvat is none other than Lord Shiva. So we'll see very interesting pastime. So this is the inside of the Nanda Bhavan. This Krishna Balaram temple is there. Krishna, Balaram, Yashoda, and these two are Madhumangal and Sridhama. Radharani is there, then Madhumangal and Sridhama, the gopis are also there. Radharani will come every day to cook to Nanda Bhavan, so her deity is there. And the Krishna's friends deities are there. And the interesting thing is, if you see, I'm like, we don't know who is Krishna and we don't know who is Balaram. They're in the same color. They're always dressed like how sometimes we see twins, not only twins, like now I have two boys, same thing I'll dress, same pant, same shirt. Most of the times I try to do. So Yashoda Maya and Krishna, Yashoda Maya, and it said that the Acharyas explained the sweet pastime related to this is like how boys fight. My boys also fight. Like Dina Krishna says, I want pant, you gave me short, you gave Bhaiya pant. So they keep fighting. I want this, I want that, you gave him this, you gave him that. So just to avoid that, Yashoda Maya and Rohini Mata, they decided they will dress same. They're little boys in Nanda Bhavan. They both were of around 6 years, 6 years, 8 months, I think. That's the time then they moved to Nandagaon. So that's one thing. Another thing is Balaram always protects Krishna. He doesn't want Krishna to be harmed at all. So it said that he dresses like Krishna so that if any harm comes, if anybody wants to trouble Krishna, they will trouble him. So that's the mode of Balaram. That's why if you see there, they look like same. And then these deities, as I said, they're looking towards Vrindakund. They both are facing each other. And so this is the from top view. And then there is in the courtyard, you will see Nandeshwar Mahadev temple. And he receives the Charanamrit of the deities every day. So there is a beautiful pastime here in Nandagaon. Like one time Lord Shiva wanted to take darshan of Krishna. He knows that now he's in Nandagaon, so he wants to take darshan. So we know how Shiva looks like. Shiva is having snake, matted hair. He doesn't look neat. So like that he comes. With his dolak, he'll be like dum 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 like that. He'll be playing and he'll come. He'll come. This story, RG Media, there is a drama also on this story. So what happens? He'll come. Then Yashoda Maya opens the door. So he'll say, "Can I have the darshan of your khana?" Then Yashoda Maya says, "Why do you want to have darshan of my khana? My khana gets very scared of simple things. And when he looks at you, he will get very scared. Why do you want to look at my khana?" He will say, no, without having his darshan today, I will not go. Then she will say, Oh, I know. All these Babaji, like you all sadhus and Babajis, you want rotis, right? That's why you're doing all these things. So let me get you some rotis. She will say like that, and she'll bring nice rotis, brunch rotis, and she will give. And he will feel, because he had that asha, desire, hope to see Krishna. And Yashodama is saying no, so he feel very bad, and he will just very sadly he will go. He will leave that place, and little bit forward he walks, he'll go. Then what happened? Our Krishna is very merciful. He cannot say no for his devotees. So he will think, how can I give my darshan to Shiva now? So he'll start crying crazily. He's crying, and all the gopis will come and ask, Yashoda Maya, what happened? Yashoda says, I don't know what has happened. Kanas all of a sudden started crying. Then Purnamasi will come. Purnamasi will ask, who did come from morning to see Krishna? Then she will be saying like Vrishabhanu Maharaj had come, Nanda Maharaj was only there, and she'll be thinking, and she'll say, there is one Babaji, like one sage who came to see Krishna. Then Purnamasi will say, he kept lot of nazar on your khana, so you have to call him and ask him to take away all the nazar that he had casted, all this spell that he had put on khana. So you have to call him. Then they'll go, the gopis will go in search of him, and they will look for him. Finally, they will find him at one place, and then they'll bring him. He's under a tree, and then they'll bring him. And when they bring him, now as soon as Shiva comes, Krishna starts laughing. Yesterday only I was watching this drama, the way Krishna was laughing like a small baby. He started laughing, and everybody thinks, he's laughing. So Yashoda Maya says, okay, Baba, now my Kana is laughing, so you may leave now. And then when he steps to leave, immediately Kana starts crying. Then they get very confused. And Shiva says, Yashoda Maya, only when your Kana's foot touches my head, that is when he's going to stop. He wanted to take the dust of his lotus feet. So he says that. Then immediately Yashoda Maya, though she's little reluctant to do that, still she does. She makes Kana put his feet on the head of Shiva. And when that happens, immediately Shiva becomes so ecstatic. He will be doing like with his dhammaru, he's like dhamma 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 dhamma. He's like with the dhammaru, he gets so ecstatic. And then Kana also starts laughing. So Yashoda Maya feels very grateful. She thinks like, because of this sage only, my Kana got better. So she will ask like, what do you want? And she will say, she will say, stay here. So what happens is he will ask for, he will say, okay, I will be here, but every day if you can give me the bathing water of your Kana to me, then I will stay here. And then she agrees. So that's why Nandeshwar Mahadev is here, and every day after Krishna is bathed, that water is first offered to him, and Krishna's prashadam also, after Krishna, it's offered to Krishna, they'll bring in, give it to Nandeshwar Mahadev. And near that Asheshwar, close to this Nanda Bhavan also, we'll find Asheshwar Mahadev's temple too, where Lord Shiva was waiting there, feeling bad, with an asha, with a hope to see Krishna. So that's why in Nanda Bhavan, we will see Nandeshwar Mahadev. And then we'll go to Pavan Sarovar. Very, very beautiful place and a very beautiful pastime. So one time on the day of Akshaya Tritiya, Akshaya Tritiya, they wanted to, Nanda Maharaj wanted to go to Prayag and take bath. Even today, till date they follow, right? On the date of Akshaya Tritiya, they go to Prayag. So he wanted to do that. And Yashoda Maya started making all nice snacks with ghee, dry snacks, so that they'll stay for a longer time. So she started making. And when she was making, what happens? Krishna comes and asks, Maya, what is happening? Like that he asks. Then she says, go and ask your Baba. Then Baba says, I'm going to Prayag. Then Krishna says, don't go today, please stay back today. He cannot say no. He'll say, okay, I will go tomorrow, because Nanda Maharaj was going the before day of Akshaya Tritiya. So he will stay by. And the next day morning, Nanda Maharaj was going to his bathing ghat in the morning. When he's bathing, he's going there, he sees a black personality just rolling on the ground, very like he gets very surprised. Who is this personality I have never seen? And when he goes closer and Nanda Maharaj asks, he says, I am the personification of Prayagraj. I am the personification of Prayag Tirtha. I came here because everybody comes to me and they take bath thinking that their sins are gone away. And I am becoming very sinful, taking everybody's sins. So where should I go? That's why I came here. I come to this Pavan Sarovar and then I roll myself, I take bath here so that all my sins are gone away. And then Nanda Maharaj walks a little bit ahead towards this Pavan Sarovar. And then what happens is when he goes, then he sees around Pavan Sarovar, he will see a lot of ladies standing. And they didn't look like the ladies of Vrindavan. They looked very different, very divine, like angels. They look like that. Then Prayagraj will say they are all holy rivers. They all also came to take bath here because they didn't want to they want to get eradicated of their sins. So that is how powerful and how potent this Pavan Sarovar is, where the holy rivers and Prayagraj himself are coming to take bath here. So Nanda Maharaj then immediately thinks, if Prayagraj himself is coming here to take bath, then what is the point of me going there? So then he will drop the plan of going to Prayagraj, and rather they take bath here in Pavan Sarovar itself. So this is Pavan Sarovar. It is said that this is the place actually Radharani would cook. When we went for Yatra, they were explaining. And it seems the gopis from here, as I said, if you stand, you can see Nanda Bhavan, but very far you can see. And then the gopis would cook here and they would make big queues. Like in a line, they would stand carrying the pots after the food is cooked all the way till Nanda Bhavan. There used to be a big line. So that is Pavan Sarovar. Yeah, that's Yashodama is cooking. And around Pavan Sarovar, Sanatan Goswami's Bhajan Kutir is there. And also Prabhupada's god brother, Krishnadas Babaji. Prabhupada is very fond of him. In 2004 Yatra lecture, His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj had explained a lot about Krishnadas Babaji Maharaj, and his Bhajan Kutir is also here. So what happened was Sanatan Goswami's Bhajan Kutir is there, and we know Sanatan Goswami is one of the oldest and senior most Goswamis, and we also have seen every day he would go to Govardhan, and near Mansi Ganga also he has his Bhajan Kutir, and he would go everywhere. Sanatan Goswami is very famous. Everybody likes him. He would not only share his knowledge, but he would ask others problems. How is your daughter? Did she get married? Oh, did she delivered a girl baby, boy baby? How is your health? So everybody is fond of Sanatan Goswami. And Sanatan Goswami also had a Bhajan Kutir on the bank of Pavan Sarovar. And one time he was not even doing Madhukari because he was so, if you go and see Samadhi, like his Bhajan Kutir, we will see a painting of a little boy giving buttermilk, like a pot of milk the little boy is giving. That painting you will see. So what happened, because he was not doing Madhukari, he was not eating anything, Krishna himself comes as a little boy and he will give him a glass of milk. Then after he drinks that milk, he just feels very divine, like he feels very different, and then he understands like this is none other than Krishna. But before even that, he just asks, how do you know that I am not drinking anything? Then the little boy, who is none other than Krishna, he says that I was just walking around and I saw those villages, those ladies were talking about you. They're saying like, you don't eat anything, you don't drink anything. That's why I got this glass of milk. And then he leaves. Immediately he's not there. Later Sanatan Goswami understands that he's none other than Krishna. And he thinks, if I don't do Madhukari, Krishna is going to do service to me. I don't like it. And from that day, he started doing little, like he goes on Madhukari and gets some food. And Krishnadas Babaji also, as I said, his Bhajan Kutir was also here. And actually His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj explained when he was in Vrindavan, he was also staying with Krishnadas Babaji Maharaj. And one day Prabhupada had come with the Western disciples. And there was a meeting at Sarat Bhavan, which is near, I think, Madan Mohan Temple, if I'm not wrong. So near that Sarat Bhavan, he was meeting. And then Krishnadas Babaji had a desire to go and meet Prabhupada, but he was stopped. He went with Radhanath Maharaj, and then they were stopped. He was not allowed because they said Prabhupada is busy with the Westerners. And then Krishnadas Babaji Maharaj said, please go and tell my name that I have to come. And immediately Prabhupada says, please let him come. And then Maharaj explains like what kind of exchanges, like how happy Prabhupada felt, how emotional exchanges they had, and Prabhupada was hugging him and then he was in tears. So Prabhupada, it shows how important he is to Srila Prabhupada. So his Bhajan Kutir is also here. Bhajan Kutir or Samadhi, I think Bhajan Kutir only. After his, he expressed a desire that he had to have on the banks of Pavan Sarovar. Then as we are going, we will see Lalita Kund is also there. This is near Nanda Bhavan. So this is a place, there is a place here called Julan Stali, where Radha and Krishna would do the Julan pastimes. And Narada Muni, one time, if you remember Narada Muni, that pastime we will not see, but he says to Radharani that Krishna is swinging with Lalita Sakhi. And Radharani feels very sad that she'll come running to see if really Krishna is swinging with Lalita Sakhi. So all that pastime happened here at Lalita Kund. And then now we are going to beautiful Vrinda Kund. This is the path. So now we'll come to Vrinda Kund. It's on the western side. So this is the very beautiful deity of Vrinda Devi. I know most of you all must have seen, at least on the Facebook, or if you don't see directly, at least on the Facebook, you would have seen. So it's explained that Vrinda Devi is extremely beautiful, and she has a pearl on the tip of her nose, and she loves to wear blue clothes, and she's in the molten gold complexion. She's extremely beautiful. Her father is Chandrabanu, her mother is Pulara Devi, and her husband is Mahipal. Her sister is Manjari Devi. So this is the darshan. This was actually originally taken care by Vrinda Kund by Madhav Das Babaji, but he got a dream when he was about to leave the world. He got a dream saying that hand it over to ISKCON. So now ISKCON has taken over, and they are only doing the renovations and it's under their care, and Dinabandhu Prabhu is only taking the majority of the work and everything here in Vrinda Kund. So Vrinda Kund, as I said, is on the western side of Pavan Sarovar. So every day when behind Vrinda Kund, there is Gupta Kund. If you go there, we can very clearly say they'll explain like this is Gupta Kund. So what happened was, as I said, Radharani, and in Vrinda Kund, they will sell this Manohar Laddus. Whole Vrindavan, they sell, they name it as Manohar Laddu, lot of ghee with, I think, with besan, their little yellowish color. I don't know with what they make, but very tasty. And it is said that Vrinda Kund has the tastiest Manohar Laddus, and Radharani would make those Laddus for Krishna. Man means heart, Har means stealing, right? So stealing the heart. So she would make for Krishna, and one day she made. And she was waiting to see what Krishna would say. Will he compliment her, or will he like it or not? So she was speaking from a window to see the reaction of Krishna, how he's feeling after eating Manohar Laddu. And Danishta, the servant maid of Yashoda Maya, was also there. So Krishna, from the corner of his eye, he could see that Radharani is observing him. So he will purposefully act as if he didn't like the Manohar Laddu. And then he's like that, he keeps expression, and Radharani feels very sad. Oh, maybe Krishna didn't like it like that. And then he gives all those Laddus to Sridham, who is sitting with him. And Sridham eats very nicely. Then Radharani understands that this Kana is just teasing me. So that day, after she made this and then she fed Krishna, she just says to the gopis, on the western bank, there is a very beautiful place in Nanda Bhavan. So western side of Nanda Maharaj's house. So let's go there. That is none other than this Vrinda Kund. And what happens was, actually this Vrinda Kund, every day there are 3 yoga peeths, right? So morning, Krishna and the gopis are here at Vrinda Kund. Afternoon, they are at Radha Kund. And in the evening, they are at Shama, like Sayankala, sorry. Evening, they are at Govinda Dev's temple. So these 3 different places, different timings, they are, I think, around till 10:36 they are here. From 10:36 to 3:30 something they are at Radha Kund, and after that they come to Govinda Dev temple. Different pastimes happen. So the first yoga pit is here, and they call it as Braj Leela Planning Commission, because all the planning, what Krishna has to wear, what Radharani has to wear in this pastime, where the pastime has to happen, which animal should be there around, which tree should be there. So everything Vrinda Devi takes care. Actually, if you see, the name is also Vrindavan. It is not Radhavan or Shyamvan. It belongs to Vrinda Devi, but she voluntarily surrendered it to Radharani. So she became Vrindavaneshwari. So Purnamasi, every day she comes with her granddaughter Nandi Mukhi, and then they do all the planning. Braj pastimes planning happens here. So many pastimes we can name, of which, like, and it is said that Vrinda Devi had a lot of godowns, like lot of, in godowns we put lot of we stack things, right? So she has lot of stacks, like she stacks so many things. But suppose Krishna needs something, immediately he can become like that. Like that one time, what happens? One small pastime, like Radharani, after she's in Yavat, married, and she's in Yavat, but still she comes to see her dearmost Krishna. So what happens? Her sister-in-law, so she Kutila. One day she thinks, it's very, very cold. It's winter, and my sister-in-law Radharani's body is very delicate. But I see her every day morning. She's going to she says she's going to take a religious bath in Yamuna. But in this, with this delicate body, so early in the morning, so cold, how is she doing? I think she's going to meet Krishna, like that she'll think. So what happens? Today I have to go and see what they're doing. So morning she'll start coming. And when she's coming, like whoever the gopis are outside, they'll say, hey, I'm bringing one news. Radharani's sister-in-law is coming. And immediately Radharani will think, no, what should I do if she sees that I came to meet Krishna? Then she's going to be very upset. So immediately Krishna says to, oh, don't worry, I'll tell to Vrinda Devi. And then he'll say, Vrinda Devi, please get me the dress of like Abhimanyu. So from one of her go down, she will just get everything, and Krishna dresses like Abhimanyu, and he'll be walking. He'll come in front of Kutila. Then, oh, Kuti, then he will say, oh, my dear brother, why are you here? He says, I'm not finding one calf. So she says, you're always behind calf. You're not seeing what your dear wife is doing. I think your dear wife is meeting Krishna, like that she will say. Then, he will say, he's Krishna only, right? But she's thinking his brother. So he'll say, oh, is it? Let me go and talk to King Kamsa. I have to, tell to Kamsa and complain to Kamsa. I will go and talk to Kamsa, like that he will say. And then after that, I'm just cutting down the pastime. So after that, what happens? He will go, as if everything is done, he will go to Jatila Kutila's home, to his home. And he will say, Kamsa is going to send his soldiers. But I came to know one thing, that, that Krishna, he dressed like me, and he's going to come and he's going to act like me. I got the news. So if you see anybody like me, just go and make the cow dung balls ready and keep it with you. I am going inside, and if anybody comes and says like he is Krishna, you just throw these gobar balls on them. So this Krishna, who is disguised like Abhimanyu, he went inside because he's dressed like Abhimanyu. Jatila Kutla thinks that he's Abhimanyu, so he goes inside, and now real Abhimanyu is coming to his home. And then Jatila Kutila, they stand on the top of their house, and they will be throwing gobar balls, like cow dung balls, and Abhimanyu will be thinking, my sister and mother have gone crazy. What are they doing with me? So Vrinda Devi provides all these, very beautiful pastimes. She's the one who directs, and she has. If you go to Vrindakund, you will see so many parrots. Whole of Vrindavan Yatra, we will not see so many parrots. But once you enter Vrindakund, so many beautiful greenish parrots are there. It's been so long I have seen parrots, but when we went to Vrindakund, tons of them are there. And her main parrot is a yellow parrot, Daksha. That's why you see Vrinda Devi is having parrot in her hand. And this Daksha has lot of disciple parrots. So they all, whatever is happening in Vrindavan, every nook and corner, they will come and update it to Vrinda Devi. So now, how did this Gupta Kund come? What's the time? Oh my God. Time. So how did this Gupta Kund come? So Radharani said, we'll go to the western bank. Nanda Bhavan is very beautiful. She says like that, right? So they will be coming. Then when they're coming, Radharani says, hey, Gopi, actually very close by Nanda Maharaj also, I forgot the name of that place. But there's one place very close by where Nanda Maharaj's Goshala is there. So Krishna is also going to that Goshala. And Radharani comes to this Vrindakund area, and she is Krishna. But from far she saw, and she'll be saying, oh, Gopis, what is this? Some monsoon cloud is walking, and it is followed by brightening. The brightening is also moving, and I see upside down rainbow, and I see I see rainbow, I see upside down garden. So what is this? And then she gets very confused. Then the Gopis say, oh, Radharani, this is not monsoon cloud. It's the chest of our dear Krishna. and the rainbow is his peacock feather, and the lightning that is following is his Pitambar dhoti, and the upside down garden is his Vanamala garland. So it is none other than Krishna. Then she's like, oh, is it Krishna? And immediately a big lotus. Gupta is secret, right? So all the secret pastimes happen here. So the big lotus like a throne with 8 petals come, and Krishna Radharani sits in the center, and on the 8 petals the 8 Ashtasakis sit, and 8 more comes and the Ashtasakas sit, and 8 more comes, then the Manjaris come. So like that a huge whirl of lotus has come, and that place is Gupta Kund, where their most beautiful and most secret pastimes take place. So that is this is Vrinda Kund, and this is Gupta Kund. So as we all know, and actually very close by, as you are walking in Nanda Bhavan, I didn't see, but when we went, I heard they're saying that Moti Kund, where Krishna grew the pearls, that village is also there, and they still call it as Moti Kund. And it seems these trees, they give very small, they don't look whitish, but they give exactly similar to the pearls, like how Krishna has grown, like how Krishna grew those white pearls. So similar to that, these small fruits like things grow on these plants, and this is that Moti Kund, they call Moti Kund, and those trees will give similar to those pearls, like small green fruits which looks like pearls. So that is there. And yeah, that's about Vrinda Kund. And Vrinda Kund, we know how Haridas Thakur took shelter of Vrinda Devi. She used to chant near Vrinda Devi, and it is also said that Vrinda Devi is the one who will let us enter to Vrindavan. And many times they say, like, if you want bhakti, take shelter of Vrinda Devi. And they say, like, so when we go to Vrinda Kund, we can pray for her shelter, we can pray to her that she gives us bhakti, and we can take her blessings there. So very, very beautiful place. And this is the Gupta Kund, so we can take blessings. I think we have to stop here. It's 9 o'clock already. Maybe we will see the yeah, we will see tomorrow. We will see, actually day 18 is Prabhupada's disappearance day celebrations, and they go to Kadiravan. They're very nice, beautiful, small pastimes, but very beautiful. So we'll try to see 18 and 19. From there, we'll go to Sesha Sai, Kokilavan. So we will try to cover both tomorrow. We will see the video of Vrinda Kund today.
Yes, Mataji.
Okay, Mataji. We will stop the recording and also the line.